And we are live. Unfortunately, Bunty King isn't here yet. Bunty King said that he's going to go for a walk, and he hasn't gotten back from his walk. But still, we just decided to just go ahead and start the live stream. And if Bunty wants, he could just hop in. We were just talking about Bunty King and his suspension on t- Twitter. Actually, quite a few people have been getting permanently suspended, right to left and left to right. Why did Bunty King get suspended on Twitter? I'll just click on the official, or I'll click on the link that he posted on Discord, and I'll just share it with everyone.
Okay, and I guess before you do that, I'll just introduce myself to everybody else who's watching. Basically, I'm Tyler Preston 20, everyone's favorite black friend, and hopefully he'll come here because I'm here.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh yes, is that the tweet right there?
Yeah, this is the tweet. News just came in about the accounts reported. Real Bunty King. I censored a person's name out of this picture out of precaution. This tweet is for informative purposes only. Remember to follow the Twitter rules down to the letter, or else you might meet the same fate. Bunty King says this guy appears to think that my fan base is loaded with hateful goblins. Such projection. Everyone give Grub a chub. I gave him a goblin name, a hug. This was the guy who came to your rescue. Suggestions? Want to talk about your fan base a bit, Bunty? Then on the other side, it says he asked his followers to target someone. Easiest reports of my life. And something similar happened to Bering, where Christy Winters got Bering permanently suspended on Twitter just for calling her fisty splinters. And do you know what she called it? She called it like sexual harassment or whatnot. When that has more to do with the feminist symbol or the feminist fist icon. And it was explained to her, multiple times that there's nothing sexual about it. It has everything to do with the feminist fist symbol, but she lied, she lied, and just to get him permanently suspended from Twitter.
Wait a second, Christy Winters being dishonest? Who would I guess?
Well, unfortunately, like it makes me feel kind of uncomfortable, but unfortunately, we do have friends in common, and I have friends that love her and think she's wonderful and nice and so helpful. They're like, oh, no, Christy Windsor, she's actually really nice, and she helped me with this and she helped me with that, and and it's kind of like when you have friends that come, it's like, oh, but she just, she's a liar, a manipulator, and a deceiver.
I mean, it's kind of possible that people could be like the real life Two-Face. On one hand, you could be like really nice to other people, and then on the other hand, you could be so nasty to other people. So I think she might suffer from that if that's really true.
Yeah, like it could be true that Christy Winters is nice to certain people, like in the feminist circle, and is willing to help people with their videos. Like, I'm pretty sure that if you're a feminist, Christy Winters would help you with, your videos and be helpful and informative and help provide resources. But it is also possible that people in the outs group, suffer from her lies, manipulation, deceits. It just means that she is nice to people. That's part of her in group. She has no problem treating people in her out group any kind of way.
Right, right. And I believe that there's, I guess, probably some people who are anti-feminists who might do the exact same thing. Like, I'm sure that there are some that think, well, because somebody's a feminist, you cannot really get along with feminists, and so we cannot, help feminists out if we want to. So I could see it from both angles, how both sides, could just go at each other that way.
Yeah, because I I hear what you're saying because I've been mistaken for a feminist on Twitter a few times, because I have friends in the feminist community. I'm friends with Christiosity. I'm friends with um I'm friends with Claudia Brown. She's going by that name now. She also goes by Ranting Feminist, but I think she changed her channel name to Claudia Brown. And that has gotten me falsely mistaken like for a feminist, and there were people who were just horrific and just terrible because of what they presumed to think of me. Like they didn't even ask me for my opinions. They just assumed based off who I was talking to. And
Wait, I think I actually interacted with Ranting Feminist before. I think it was a year ago. And based upon my interactions, she seems like a pretty nice person. And I believe she's also from Australia, like with Bearing and Sugar Tits.
yeah, she's also from Australia, and she
Mhm.
didn't report bearing. And it seems like I was under the impression that Christy Winters was angry at Ranting Feminist for not reporting bearing. And Ranting Feminist came out and said that she thinks that reporting bearing is a bad idea, and it would be better to just ignore him.
Right, like if people are bothering you, then just, either mute them or block them. Like I don't try to, report people if my feelings are feeling a bit uncomfortable. So usually if I feel like I'm actually, not feeling comfortable, I just ignore them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it points to like reporting people because they said or did something that sort of kind of technically broken the rules because they were mad and angry when Sargon of Akkad did that to Christiosity, where Christiosity said that I'm going to remind you every day of your life what a horrible person you are, and Sargon of Akkad flagged her because she sort of kind of technically broken the rules. And Chris, Chris yesterday didn't seem to care about it that much, but Michael Rowland spoke out, Sam Blake spoke out, so many people on that side spoke out, just for them to just, well, Christy Winter specifically. I'm not going to conflate. I'm not going to conflate. Christy Winter specifically just went after Bearing, and it's kind of like it's really annoying, and it just validates what Sargon and V have been talking about with the whole culture war. It's kind of like you just have it out for each other, and you just want to just report or flag them for anything that they say. This is why I've been noticing lately the anti-feminist side are now just mass blocking feminists.
Like which ones?
Like I've noticed that okay, uh Claudia Brown or like Ranting Feminist showed that she's been blocked by Bearing Cap, And let me see. I think Madeline and Carlos said that they're gonna start blocking feminists. I think that's what they said, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. It's kind of strange because I remember, like, back in the past, the chief complaint about many people who were criticizing feminism was that feminists blocked them when they try to, engage in dialogue. And so it's kind of strange, here that they want to do the exact same tactics that they were criticizing the feminists for doing.
And I think Chef Holiday's is um Black King feminist. I'm not sure, but I think he is. And I could get it, like if you could get suspended for any little thing you say, like you can just say anything that technically sort of could, violate Twitter's rules, like give Grub Chub a hug. If you can get like suspended for saying anything, I could understand why they'll be like, oh, okay, like to save myself, I'm just going to not deal with something I don't even have to.
Exactly. It's just so weird that so many of the people, that were just active, and I suppose in these circles, just got down because of something stupid. Like it's like you said, it's like Betty King. It was like today it was Patty Politics, and I have no idea why Patty Politics was also targeted for this. And then you have Sargon, and then you have who else was actually banned? I lost count of it actually.
Yeah, it's so like all I could do is like
Like,
remember like the more recent people. It's like Sargon's gone, um,
uh,
Bering's gone,
yeah, Bearing's
Black
gone.
Pink's gone, Patty Politics gone. It just seems like anti-feminists are being targeted for having opinions that they don't like.
Yeah, and it's kind of strange, without them around because usually when you go on Twitter, you look forward to, talking to such people, and now it's like, kind of much more quiet without these kind of people around.
Yeah, like Twitter is not the same without, especially Sargon, especially Sargon, once when he left, it's definitely not the same without him.
Right, and they started to migrate to other sites like Minds.com or like Facebook, and even Facebook, they have a huge problem in regards to just targeting people. Like I heard that people who post the least offensive stuff on Facebook, they get suspended for a few days, or like more than a few days, like 30 days in some cases.
Yeah, like I think that Sargon was arguing with a guy with the alt right, and Sargon didn't say anything all that offensive. Sargon just said you are wrong and posted like a link, and then Sargon like got banned from Facebook for 3 days. And I don't know why he was days, but it's like it's amazing that saying you are wrong is enough to get to a guy in the alt right. It's enough to get you suspended for 3 days. It's crazy.
It's also crazy how, YouTube is targeting YouTubers and, try to demonetize their video. Like more recently, they have like another Apocalypse 2.0, in which I guess the advertisements like for like M&M's and the other companies, they wanted to remove their ads because apparently there was like child pornography or something on their sites, and so they decided to remove it. And what's so funny to me is that even though they like remove the advertisements, like just the other day, if you type in the words like how to do X, you get these sort of source results about like how to, have sex with children. I'm like, oh, what the fuck was that?
Oh, sorry about that. I think that YouTube's
Yeah.
rules have changed after the apocalypse. I think now that you can't easily report somebody's YouTube accounts anymore, because before it was like you could report people for bullying, but now I don't think you can report anybody for bullying anymore.
Yeah, like I think in terms of the service, like basically, you're not really allowed to, say stuff that's actually considered to be hate speech according to like YouTube's rules, and it's so vague because anything could be hate speech according to that guideline.
No, like I think that they like changed it like after the newest apocalypse. like nowadays you can no longer report somebody for bullying or harassment. Let me
Hmm.
see if I could um find it. Let's report. Speech, protected group. Uh, yeah, I think I could just show you. I think I could show all of you just for an example. I'm not going to do anything. I'll just show how it's changed. Let's see. Here's like how it's changed. Oh wait, it's still there. Never mind. Harassment and
Harassment and
cyberbullying.
bullying and impersonation, violent threats, child endangerment, hate speech against a protected group. What the heck is a protected group?
I think it means like black people and
Okay, let's see. Hate based upon factors that include but are not limited to race or ethnic origins, religion, disability, gender, age, veteran status, and sexual orientation. So basically, any video that criticizes religion or like the stuff that Riley Dennis does.
yeah. That's weird because like yesterday that wasn't there yesterday harassment and cyberbullying. That wasn't there yesterday, but it's here today.
How the heck like Amos Yu's video was not removed for child endangerment?
I guess it's because I guess it's because nobody I guess it's because nobody reported him, and I think that this is what Mace, I think it was Sinatra says. I think he ended up having a really valid point. Like, why do feminists care far more about, anti-feminists than they care about the alt-rights? You can change it to, why do feminists care far more about anti-feminists than they do about pedophilia?
I actually did not find any feminists that were speaking out against that kind of stuff. Like, I remember that a long time ago, there was like this this article done by Salon where the guy basically said, that he's not a monster, he was a pedophile or something.
Yeah.
It was so cringy when I saw that video on that page.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you can't really YouTube it has changed a bit where you can't easily report anybody for cyber
Hey
harassment.
Bent, hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, man? How's it going?
Great.
Oh, you're here. I'm so glad you can make it.
Oh,
I am
I'm
so
happy.
so so happy that you could make it. We were talking about you earlier. We were talking about why you've gotten suspended from Twitter.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you don't know?
I saw it's on your Discord, but not everybody's seen it on your Discord. There were people who are still asking questions. Tyler, I didn't think you know before today. I think that you like asked me earlier, like why did he get suspended? So not everybody knows.
Oh my God, that's true. Nobody really kind of knows. Uh, that's true. No, I've never really, I've never actually told anyone why I got suspended from fucking Twitter. I guess. I mean, apart from just like on the announcements, people have seen like they've seen like the suspension story from like one Twitter account, Nick, and the crazy thing is that like obviously since then news has spread, but people haven't been reaching that far back to kind of find out what's what or why I got suspended. Like nowadays, I'm like getting like messages and like on Instagram, people are like they're like, "Whoa, you got suspended? Like, why'd you get suspended?" And so now I realize I haven't really been telling anyone why. I got suspended because some SJW like was being aggressive in my tweets, and they were saying weird things like you're a gamer gator or you're this, and I'm like, no, I'm not a gamer gator, man. I'm not a gamer gator. I'm not a gamer gator at all. I just, I mean, I like games, but at the time when Gamergate was happening, I was literally just disconnected from everything, and I just was playing games. I was like a normie, total normie. So I'm just like, so for me, like when all that crazy shit was happening between everybody else, I wasn't connected to that. So I can't like fully involve myself in the Gamergate movement without knowing anything, really. So anyway, it's hard to really convey that message to someone in 140 characters, 240 characters. So I stick it to like being silly with them. I'm like, oh, you goose, or like say something dumb, or I'm like, you're being such a dummy. Are you even real? Like, what are you even talking about? And that kind of stuff. And I don't get super aggressive with them or call them names like most people do. And I think that's really the move, right? To not call them names. So at one point, this guy says something. He's saying I'm being like, I don't know what the actual context of the tweet was. It's so inconsequential now that it doesn't really matter.
Hey, Ren, do you have like the copy of the tweet right now?
Sorry?
Ren, do you have a copy of the tweet?
The copy of the tweet? Yeah.
No. I'm talking to Ren. If she can hear us right now.
Randy has a tweet?
She does.
Really? Show me.
Oh, yeah, you posted it on Discord. Remember the announcement?
Oh yeah. So that's what I was gonna tell you guys. That's what I was gonna tell you. Yeah, you got it. It's in my Discord.
Yeah, it's just that not everybody knows your Discord. I don't think everybody knows your Discord.
Oh, okay. I gotta share. I mean, you can just share that with people, can't you? You can just share it whenever you want. But you don't have my Discord?
I'm in your Discord, sort of. I can't type anything in there, but
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well. Oh, okay. I get it. So Discord is like a really just easy communication tool. It's like a communication tool for like people that actually want to communicate with each other. So, but it's open, right? So anyone can come in. Just the only rule is that you got to be open to communicate with anyone and just chill and have a good time. So there's like a lot of people here. I mean, not every Discord server is like that. Some Discord servers are like super like rule oriented in the sense that like if you don't align with this ideology, then you're not in. That's it. So they'll have like, yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so let me go ahead and just send you this tweet right now. I'll just copy it and copy the link and we'll send it to you in the Discord.
Can you guys both see this? Okay, so this is Bunty's Discord. It's called Bunty Brothers.
Yeah, that's
Bunty's Brothers, and I clicked on the link right here so I could get a bigger view.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, it says, and I'll show this one more time. Crap. Let's see.
It's okay.
You just said give Grub Chub a hug.
Well, you're okay. It's hard to see everything. Hold on. Let's go back. Let me see what you're doing here. I'm gonna look at your screen. Oh, there you go. Perfect. That's it. Yeah. That's pretty much what happened. Yeah. So this guy appears to think that my fan base is loaded with hateful goblins. Such projection. Everyone give Grubjug. I gave him a goblin name a hug, which is so silly. What a silly thing to say to someone. And it's like, it means nothing. It's just like you're being the guy was being a goober. And he says, this was the guy who came up to your rescue suggestions, want to talk. He's talking about like my followers at this point. He was just like being annoying. And he was like saying that my followers are bad people just because they're following me and they have like a Pepe Frog in their name, or they're like, they like Trump or something like that. So I was just like, whatever, man, everyone just give him a hug. And that's it. And I meant like, just give him a hug. Like, go ahead and give him a hug. Like, send him like little hug star, or the hug emoji. And that's what I wanted. And I figured I'm very obvious to the point where that is the thing that I send to people. I wouldn't actually want this guy to have any harm befall him. I wouldn't want his experience on Twitter to be full of fucking bullies, because my followers aren't bullies. My followers are fucking cool. They're chilled out. They're okay with one another. I think so for the most part. And if they aren't, then it's just like they're not really followers of mine. And sometimes it does happen in my Discord, like people just kind of doing some stupid shit and I get bothered. I would like come in, I'm like, why the fuck are you guys arguing about stuff? Like, can you all chill out and just be kind? And then, yeah, so this guy follows up and he says he asked his followers to target someone, easiest report of my life. And I knew he was alluding to that right away. Like when I saw that tweet, I was like, oh no. There's only one situation where I put a tweet out where it could seem like it could be a threat or made out to be a threat, but obviously it isn't because it's me. So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were just saying like give this guy a hug, and it got interpreted to targeted harassment. Twitter's rules are easily abused, and that's what's happened. Like we were also talking about Christy Winters and Bering, because Bering has his Twitter like permanently suspended. It happened to Bering. Not only did it happen to Bering, it also happened to Patsy Politics. Did you know about it? Patsy
No, Patty Politics
Politics.
got suspended?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
today.
today.
Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, Jeff posted it on Twitter.
Yeah, and Patsy Politics, she got the permanent suspension, not the like 12-hour kind or the the 7-day kind. Patty Politics got permanently suspended on Twitter, and she's nice. She's a really nice, friendly person. And it's amazing that the left has a problem with her because she spoke out against the alt-right. She made a video against Rage After Storm, spoke out against race realism, race and IQ. She uses, the right pronouns, and she
Yeah,
still
it's
got
true. It's true.
targeted.
No, yeah, it's true. Patty Politics has no problem calling like a trans person a she or something like that, right? She doesn't have an issue with that, right? Doesn't bother her.
Yeah, like when it comes to Blair White, she came to Blair White's defense when Candace Owens called her a man, and Patty Politics, she was like, I don't really care that you're trans. I would call you by your she, her pronouns.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
yet, Patsy Politics, she still got the permanent suspension. And, it's kind of like, it's so annoying that people could get suspended, the permanent suspension, for any teeny tiny little thing. When if the anti-feminists wanted to do this, they could so easily do it to the SJW side, because it's not like they don't say or do anything that could get them reported. Like Sargon of Akkad managed to, report Christiosity, and other people managed to unsuccessfully report Tim Blake and Kevin Logan. It's not like they don't say anything that could technically sort of violate Twitter's rules.
Yeah, it's true. They don't say crazy. Yeah, it's true. Tim Blake or Tim. Oh man, that's true. They're still around.
Well, Tim Blake, he got like the 12, not the 12, but the 7-day suspension
Yeah.
where
When
he
do you get
can.
that? When do you get that? What is he? He never really says anything too crazy to people. That's the thing.
It had like a month or two ago, and he
Yeah,
he was like,
he's the guy that the left all seem to be okay with. Like everyone loves Tim Blake on the left.
yeah, no, it wasn't the feminist that's targeted Tim Blake. I'm not sure if it was an anti-feminist or the alt-right.
I don't know about that. Wait, I'm confused. Tim Blake in Australia, right? We're talking about Tim Blake in Australia.
Tim Blake,
I
I
think
don't know, he's from New Zealand.
I think it's from New Zealand. Yeah.
Oh,
I
New
think
Zealand.
he's from
Yes,
New
yes.
Zealand.
Yeah.
No, I'm
And
pretty sure 80 Motivator, right? That's his name, 80 Motivator.
yeah, a demotivator, and he got the 7-day suspension because he was like mocking the amazing atheist. It was mocking the amazing atheist. He said the N word. He said the word for Jews, like Kike. He said that word, and he said a bunch of racial slurs, making fun of the amazing atheist, and that's what got him suspended for 7 days. And I think it was the alt-rights that did it.
I'm confused though. I'm really confused. Like, why would Tim Blake call him a kike and say stuff like that?
He,
Why would he do that? Why would he say like nigger and stuff like that?
he was being sarcastic, He was just being sarcastic, and
So he straight up spelled it out.
yeah, like he like straight out spelled out the N word and the K word and whatnot, and he got the 7-day suspension. And I think it was the alt-right that did it because there was this thing that went viral on 4chan, I think, and a 4chan post that went viral, and it was like a list of SJWs to targets, and Tim Blake was on a list of people to targets for to flag down and get off YouTube and get off Twitter.
Oh wow! So they were being silenced by the. That's so silly. That's so shitty. No, they shouldn't be silenced. Shouldn't be
Yeah,
silenced at all. They shouldn't be silenced at all. They should be allowed to say whatever they want to say. That's the thing about like I don't think that like no, it's crazy. It's crazy that they do that. That's so nuts. That's the ugliest thing to do. Ugly, so ugly. Yeah, I would say that's so nuts. Fuck.
yeah,
It's
Twitter
crazy.
is Twitter's becoming unbearable, at this point because if you say anything wrong and if you do anything wrong, a person who has it out for you could easily you piss off the one wrong person. If you piss off somebody, they could easily get your accounts taken down, and it's kind of like. I wouldn't be surprised if more people were to switch to other sites and use other sites more like Reddit, because
Oh.
I mean, people already are using sites like Minds.com. They're using, I guess, Facebook to a lesser extent. So it's not like they're not using other sites right now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm going to Facebook. I don't really care. I'm just using Facebook now.
yeah, like me,
I'm using Facebook. I'm using Facebook and Instagram.
I've been using Reddit a lot more often, like I just like, what, screw this. I'm just going to just use Reddit, and it's been fun for me because, who wants to just sit there and just, say something that could easily be misinterpreted and get your account suspended. And this is where Sticks Hexenhammer is correct, where you may have more followers on Twitter, but you can get more engagements on other sites like Gab AI and Bunty. I know that you have some criticisms of
Yeah,
Gab
Gab.
AI.
Yeah. Gab AI is just full of. Right now, it seems like from what everyone's telling me is that it's just full of white supremacists and white nationalists. It's pretty much just like loaded with Richard Spencer's cronies. So I mean, like, that's the only reason why I'm like not down to be there really, because I mean, I just feel like he's like a super hateful dude. So I don't want to be there because I just want to. Not that he can continue talking about what he wants to talk about. I'm not saying that he should be deplatformed. Like he should be on Gab.ai. He should be on Minds. He could be wherever he wants. Any free speech forum that's willing to hold him, that's cool. Like I'm not saying that. I just don't want to be in that same environment because I'm so done with talking about the stuff that he's talking about. I'm so done with talking about like whether black people are better than brown people or whether Asians are better than whites or whether the Jews are the ruling the world. I'm so done talking about that because I'd rather just take the time to connect with the people around me and really just not be on this. I don't want to like I don't need maximum reach. I don't need like to reach the world right now. I don't want to. I don't care. It's like
Yeah,
so annoying. I really want to go like from person to person. And that starts with like right here at home, just talking to people. One of my friends just messaged me. He needs help working his like, he needs help like pretty much creating his marketing platform for his magic gig. And I'm going to help him out with that, Jewish dude that I like have known for like the last 8 years. So there's that.
yeah, I know how you feel because it's kind of a lot like I wouldn't say that everybody there is not. See, I wouldn't say it's everybody.
No, of course not.
Yeah, you do see like black people there. You see, some pretty cool, chill people there. It's just that it seems like it's like half the people are Nazis because it's kind of like you can see people unironically talking about we should kill black people, we should kill Jewish people, and they're being serious. Like that's like the worst part. Like the worst part is they are seriously talking about like killing black people, killing Jewish people, saying that blacks and Jews do not belong in America,
Yeah.
turning America to a white ethno state, or the
Yeah, there's definitely some guys out there that are serious about that for sure.
Oh
But
yeah, it was definitely like really
yeah,
heated when it happened like in Virginia. Like, oh my god, it was just so
but
crazy.
you know what? But you know what though? Like at the end of the day, they have no power. They have no power over our lives. You know, they have no power over my life. I'm here doing my thing with my friends who I've, you know, established for the longest time, you know, and I know this is a very selfish way to talk about it because obviously some other people may not feel as empowered right now because they're in parts of America that feel are eliminated. There are parts of the world in which they're being eliminated. All right. But you know, it's not happening to me here, and I have things I need to deal with over here in Montreal because Montreal isn't a perfect city. It has its own problems. You know, there's certain things like our infrastructure was crumbling for a little bit. It was kind of shitty, but I'm starting to see changes on it. Media had left everything. All the businesses left Montreal, like the big businesses, like left Quebec in general because of the partition. But no, it's becoming a very welcoming, very open place that is open to anyone that's willing to kind of benefit the city. We want businesses to come in to benefit the city. We want people to start up companies here. We have a growing startup culture, right? So I'm focused on building up Montreal to be what it is. I want Montreal to be the best. I'm not going to go ahead and try to fix what it's like going on in Charlottesville. I don't care about what's happening in Charlottesville. I don't care about what's happening in California. I don't care about all those politics things. I really don't give a shit about what's going on in Washington State. I don't care. The reality is that right now I just want to fucking be focused on my own city and fix the little issues that are there and make my city the best that it can possibly be. That's the goal right now. And it's cool. I'm going to talk to people. I don't mind talking to people who I'm friends with now, like people that I've connected from all over the place and just talk about stuff. And I'll talk to them about their politics any time. But it doesn't affect me. Unless they're living in Montreal, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, I know how you feel, you know. I think that most people use the internet to connect with people. Like,
Yeah.
I think that most people just want a connection, and not many people go to the internet because they want to get into arguments or fights about something. Like, you know, not many people go to like, okay, like, let me go to Twitter, let me just get in a fight. You know, I think that more people are kind of like, I just want to talk to different people and get to know different people. Like, you know, like, you know, one of the greatest things about, you know, the internet is that you can meet, you know, people that live too far away to meet in real life. Like, you know, Daisy Pumpkin is a really nice person. Not only is Daisy Pumpkin, but there's this guy, he sometimes talks to me. His name is Ben, and you know, it's like they are nice, kind, wonderful people, and not many people just want to, you know, stress themselves out, you know, arguing and debating people. And it's kind of, uh, even with, you know, the Nazis, I mean, they have to be clandestine with their opinions. They cannot, you know, say their ideas openly. They have to, you know, be clandestine, secretive. They could only mention it in two places. One place would be like 4chan, which, you know, where they could be completely anonymous. Another place is Gab AI, and you know, it's kind of like if they're using dog whistles, they are using dog whistles because they cannot openly express their ideas because the overwhelming majority of people will find their ideas to be repugnant and disgusting.
Yeah, that's it. That's why. Yeah, that's why. Like, yeah, that's why that's why I say there's dog whistling on the left too. There's dog whistling on the right. There's dog whistling everywhere. Doesn't matter what ideology you're like attached to. I mean, I'm not gonna. Maybe it doesn't matter what ideology, but I'm saying like in general, like even people on the left and the right, like some people have all said some really ridiculous things about things. You know, either about rich people or about black people. It's like all sorts of stuff. Like the left really focuses on class, so they hate rich people. The right really don't hate rich people. They know that they can get rich, right? They can get the right people with that right-minded ideology. Wow, my brain, my fucking brain. They have that issue, right? Not sorry, it's not an issue. People that are right-wing appreciate someone that can get rich. I totally appreciate someone that can get rich. I think that Bill Gates having as much money as he does is kind of fucking cool because he changed the world in such a profound way. You know, I don't mind people being rich. I feel like it's all attainable. I feel like I'm in this world that has provided me this opportunity. They all started where I did. You know, obviously maybe they had some kind of genetic advantages. Maybe their IQ was a little bit higher, but they were in this world that like no one's gonna test their IQ at such a fucking young age. Like wasn't Steve Jobs like a fucking hippie? He was like some kind of like loser almost in university. Like he just didn't really care.
Yeah, like him. Listen, I think it was Bobby Flay. I think he was like a high school dropout, and he was only good at cooking. And like next thing you know, Bobby Flay is a success.
Wasn't also Mark Zuckerberg like also a dropout too for like college or?
I don't think I don't know if he was a dropout. I don't know if he was a dropout, but he fell upon that opportunity to create Facebook. Like he had his own things that he was worrying about. Did he fucking predict being a billionaire? And his fucking, do you think this kid actually fucking predicted that he was going to hit $1 billion? No, he was honestly just probably finding a way to make people connect. And then people with that money came in and were like, holy shit, we can, this is it. Like we have to pay you to help people communicate. So we need to get all the information possible. You know, and like, it's fucking crazy. I don't think he ever thought that was possible at all. So I don't know what we're on a tangent here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But but what I'm trying to say is that people on the right are appreciative of rich people. Like they're appreciative of people that can be rich. Like nobody on the right I've heard has had any issue with people being rich. That's like predominantly right. And then there's the left of the like communists and socialists that really have an issue with people being overly rich. They'll go ahead and they'll say that businesses are exploitative. Even small businesses, which I find to be very interesting because small businesses only really do well if the community is thriving. Like a community needs to thrive in small business. Small business isn't going to be able to, it's not going to be able to like dominate an entire industry or entire nation. It's a small business. Like it's only going to be okay if the people in the area think it's okay. So I think that's super interesting that people would think that's exploitative because it's not. It gives back directly to the community. People come in there, they get employment there. It just like allows people to kind of live in this reality of freely and happily. And so I think that's ridiculous. So that's something that I don't know. We went on a tangent about rich people, but I don't know how that happened. But yeah, here we are.
Yeah, I would also like to see like small businesses to be a success, yeah, like I don't want to see them fail because, like you said, like if small businesses are doing well, it means that your community is doing well, and I don't really want them to have so much regulations. It's like, what's the point of having a business?
Speaking about small businesses, like I recall watching this documentary about Walmart and how apparently like Walmart, whenever they come to like a small city, like all the small businesses just go out of business.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about that is it pretty much forces people, I guess, because no matter what we do, if it's not Walmart, it's going to be Amazon or anything because we need access to actual products. We need access to like things. We need access to groceries. We need access to like just stuff to fill our lives up with, like furniture, all that. So stuff's coming in, and if there's gonna be a cheaper option available, then they're gonna do it, right? So these wood makers and all this stuff, unless they are considered like, unless they're like they're the masters in their craft, they're gonna be going out of business, right? Because they're at the time, I imagine, before like a place like Walmart or a place like IKEA was around, there's probably a bunch of people that like made tables and stuff like that, a bunch more. So now when people actually open up those businesses, is because they've got an edge over whatever you can't get from a place like IKEA or a place like Walmart, right? So that's why these big corporations are kind of good in a way. They eliminate the need for businesses that are too old. Like an old business, but there's always going to be a demand for like like a refined business. So people that are only going to be pretty much the people who are only going to be able to like really kind of revitalize the communities around them are going to be people who are doing businesses that companies like Walmart and Amazon can't touch.
Yeah, because with Walmart's, they do come and they do take smaller people out of business. However, Walmart is really terrible at restocking products.
Yeah, that's
Like
why
you can
Amazon.
go
That's
to
why they're
different.
out. That's why they're out now. It's gonna be Amazon. Amazon. They're out. Walmart is on its way out as well. Amazon's coming in and it's going to completely change the game. Amazon is going to be the next Walmart, but we're never going to have to leave our house to go to Walmart anymore. You will have everything. I'm telling you, everything delivered to your doorstep. Everything. You're going to have. You'll be able to do a full grocery run, a full just a full just whatever needs you need for your cupboard or anything like that. Anything like that, you're going to be able to do all of that in one checkout process. Get packages delivered to your door, and you're never going to have to worry about going to Walmart ever again. Same thing with couches, everything. They're going to make it so that everything comes to your door whenever you need it. So a brick and mortar store like Walmart is going to become like is on its way to failure. They're ramping up their online sales. But they're too late. They're too late to the game. They're going to be the next, like I'm telling you, I feel like this is going to be crazy. Okay. This is good. Okay, this is good. Walmart is going to be the Blockbuster of retail, of movie rental store. Retail. They're going to be the Blockbuster of retail. Walmart's going to be the Blockbuster of retail. They're going to be outdone. Netflix is Amazon. Like that's pretty much, Amazon is going to fucking Netflix Walmart. They're going to Netflix
I could believe that. I could believe that because Walmart is terrible at restocking, and nobody wants to go all the way out to Walmart looking for a specific product, and it's like it's not even there. It just makes people angry because they went to Walmart for nothing. So it's kind of like, like if you have a successful business, it's not going to keep staying successful if you don't take care of it. You got to still take care of it. You got to restock. You got to make sure that people find what they're looking for.
Yeah,
because
and
if you can't, there's no points of going.
And you know what's really sick about? You know what's really fucking sick about Amazon is that Amazon doesn't have a tie to a specific kind of manufacturer or a specific kind of brand that just gets one kind of manufacturer, right? So like they won't like you could go and get you pretty much got like basic shit from Walmart, So I guess occasionally they'd have some kind of you just pretty much go to Walmart to get basic shit. But in order for you to actually get like brand name items that are but even all the brand name items are actually super, like I'm talking about just the chain stores in general, like H&M or like the big ones that sell like a different bunch of brands like Hugo Boss, all that stuff. Like they sell these brand names. Even those brand names are like made in China cheap, but they just have like some kind of status associated with them. They're not like high quality materials. All right. Amazon is cool in the sense that you can like be a small business that designs pants and you can have a shop on there. If you can sell on Amazon, you could be a verified seller on Amazon. So they could take business directly from. I think there's certain things that need to be like met, but like you can take your small business online, and people from around the world can benefit from your small business.
That is the coolest thing about both Amazon and eBay is that you could actually sell things off Amazon or eBay. And not only that, but Amazon has like a feature where you can start writing your own books. Like you could, make your own Kindle books.
And
if you know how to write, you can start making money off Amazon if you have the skills to write. That is.
Didn't Lauren Southern write her own book on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I think so. I'm not sure about her publisher, but I think so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck I haven't written a book yet.
What kind of book would you want to write?
I would probably be writing a book just about my experiences and probably about like marketing shit, like how to just be friendly and just how to fucking give someone connect people to get together. Just like how to like be like, hey, listen, I heard that you want this. This person wants this. You guys meet each other, whether it's a product, whether it's something, just anything. How to make that possible for anyone.
Yeah, I would like to write for Amazon myself, like write my own Kindle book, but I think I would need an editor though, like somebody to proofread for me and get rid of all of the
Oh,
errors for me.
okay.
I don't think I need an editor. I would just put it up. I just put it up.
What kind of book would you want to write, Ren?
Yeah.
I was thinking of writing like a fiction, you know.
Like horror or comedy or.
Well, I was thinking of writing like something like Gulliver's Travels or you know something of that nature.
Okay.
Interesting. I've never read any of this. Never read any of this. I used to read Dickens back in the day though. Dickens was fun. And I like remember being super excited about sharing a birthday with Charles Dickens. I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my God, Charles Dickens is born on February 7th. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's so sick. Like I share a birthday with him. That means like I gotta be a good writer." It's so silly. So yeah, I remember when I was in my super writing phase, that was something that I really like thought was chill. But yeah, Charles Dickens, like, have you guys ever read any Dickens?
Back when I was in high school, I was required to read him. But you know, I just kind of like skimmed it.
You skimmed it? You skimmed those books? Oh, no. see, that's a book that I want to read again. Like, I really want to read it again, just because it spoke to me in such a profound way. It was so good, and it was a high school reading book. It totally was. But I remember reading it, and I was like, "This is so fucking good," because our teacher at the time, he. This guy pretty much told us that, you know, that he got paid by the word, right? Because his works were originally published in journals. They weren't published in a book format that we get to read in one sitting. They were published in journals, so they were almost like they were like the soap operas of the time. I'm pretty sure I'm willing to go ahead and bet that there was a bunch of like really amazing, like cool, like writers at the time that were like super high class that never would have written in a journal, and like they probably looked at Charles Dickens like he was like the gutter rat. Like I'm pretty sure there was people that Charles Dickens looked up to in terms of writing, for sure. Anyway, so he would publish them in these journals, and he would get paid by the word. So because he got paid by the word, he would spend so long making things. Spend just so much time just like writing things out, making things like beautiful and all that, to pretty much just describe like a very simple thing that could have been described in like almost a paragraph. Like he could have spent a paragraph writing the thing, or he could spend 2 or 3 pages writing about it. That's the crazy thing, right? Or maybe like a paragraph's really small to describe something. I mean, if you really want to get like to the level of like proper writing, so I would say like maybe 2 paragraphs describing it to kind of give people the visual feel of it. And but yeah, like it was just so interesting. That's why his books ended up the way they were. They were super long, and now we look at them as these examples of like amazing literature that allowed that this author pretty much it's just like so unique in terms of, it was like unnecessary writing. It's an amazing collection of unnecessary writing. There's like so much unnecessary writing in his books, but it's a treat to read it because he's so good at doing it, because he got paid by the fucking word to do it.
It's
so
kind of
that's kind of the problem that I had with the picture of Dorian Gray. I read the picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and there's like 1 or 2 chapters that I thought were like unnecessary because he talked about jewelry. Like he's like, well, I went to this country, and well, Dorian went to this country and that country, and he got that jewelry and this jewelry. He just went to like details like rubies and diamonds and, you know, some jewels I've never even heard of, and you know, then he starts talking about caves and carpets and whatnot. and it just, it was hard to get through. Really hard to
Like,
get
so
through.
basically too much detail?
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't care. I really, really don't care. Not like that, but it's like, why is it even there? Like, it was kind of like pointless. Like, like you could have really just gotten rid of that chapter, and the book would have been better off if that chapter was completely gone.
I'm still like really mad that like the high school here, like they decided to ban To Kill a Mockingbird.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy, man. That's
I've
crazy.
heard about that. Like, I saw you talking about this on Twitter, and the moment I saw you talking about To Kill a Mockingbird getting banned, I bought it because of you. Like, I actually bought
Really?
a killer. Yeah, because of you, I bought To Kill a Mockingbird because of you.
I'm so
Wow.
pissed that that happened actually. Like it's like more than one time it's been banned in high school.
That's so stupid. It should never be banned. It's such a good movie. It's a good movie and a good book actually. The movie was awesome. I don't think I've read the fucking book.
Yeah, but I mean, some
Wait, no, I
things would
have.
have
I'm
came out
pretty
of
sure I
it
have.
because if you weren't complaining about it, I would have probably never would have bought it. I think it's the Streisand effect. The moment something gets censored, the more a person is like more interested in reading it. But like I'm reading something else at the moment, but it's kind of like once when I'm finished reading that, looks like I'm just gonna go and read To Kill a
No,
Mockingbird
but
because
yeah, but
it's
Kill a
it's the
Mockingbird is
Streisand
such a
effect. It's just like I need to read it
that's
now.
like
Like,
but that's
what is it that you don't want me to see? Because um the picture of Dorian Gray had a similar problem because of the homoeroticism, because it was homoerotic, and because it seems like Basil was like totally gay for Dorian. It also had its censorship problem, from what I've heard. But
holy shit.
it only creates the Streisand effect. It only makes people want to read it even more because now it's edgy, now it's cool. Now it's like, what do you want me to not see?
I really should reread Dickens. I have to. It makes no sense for me not to. I've been spending so much time reading marketing books and just like I would pick up at the time when I needed self-help books. I was just getting them and just basic stuff like about like how to motivate yourself and all that. And they really don't help that much, but whatever. That's what I wanted to do. So then I did for that marketing. Started doing so much of that, and then used the stuff I had learned in college to kind of just like wrap it up from there. And what the fuck was I going to say? Oh yeah. I just haven't had the time to really read actual good literature from like back in the day, like the stuff that like is considered classic now. Like more Dickens, more. I want to read Dostoevsky. Like I want to like. There's all sorts of stuff that I want to read. Victor Hugo. Like go back, read some Shakespeare, see what's that like just that kind of stuff. I've really been thinking about doing that too.
Yeah,
So much stuff that I want to do.
Yeah, the only kind of Shakespeare I remember was Romeo and Juliet in high school. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Macbeth was good. Even though I've only read it in high school, Macbeth was really good. But like I tried rereading it, but I didn't understand what half the words meant because it's
Oh,
like written like in like Middle English or whatnot.
I don't
And
remember the
like
exact.
when
I
I
don't
was in
remember
high
the exact
school,
English. I think it was.
when I was in high school, my English teacher explained what every word meant. Like like all the words that we don't
Yeah,
use
it's so
anymore.
crazy that your English teacher knew those words. Like I'm pretty sure by that point he had explained to the point where like he was, yeah, Middle English. Yeah.
Yeah, like my teacher was there to say, okay, this is what this word means. This is what that word means. It was a woman, and she explained Macbeth in modern day English. I was like, wow, this is really good. But I forgot what the words mean now. So when I tried to read Macbeth, it's like I'm like stuff like I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, they
I
used
don't
to
know
use,
how to read English.
right, like they used to use stuff like D and Dow all the time.
Yeah, no, man. Honestly, I would love to go. I would love to go full neckbeard and read this stuff, and then start talking to people like this. Imagine if I just spoke to people like this for real, just in Middle English style. If I just went back and started doing that,
I think there was like
that'd be so rude and it'd be such a neckbeard thing to do.
I remember there was like a remake of Romeo and Juliet in the 90s that had Leonardo DiCaprio or someone.
Yeah.
It was like in a modern day setting.
Yeah, but I think that they still use the Old English though. Sorry, Middle English.
Right.
Not Old English. Old English is fucking like Beowulf. Beowulf.
Yeah, actually, you know, what you were saying earlier, Bunty, that's like problematic. Like, I grew up from a fundamentalist Christian parent. Like, my mother is like really, really fundamentalist Pentecostal Christian. I mean, she's better now. Like, now she's acts more up to date. But when I was a child, my mother was very backwards. And you know, like she was trying to teach me English with the Bible. So I actually went to school, you know, going like, "Where art thou, my brethren?" And everybody looked at me like I was crazy. People treated me like I was insane. I was like placed in special ed for a little bit, and so yes, I actually was in special ed for a little bit, all day to my mother, teaching me like the Bible's English.
Yeah. Guys, listen. I kind of gotta go. I'm just gonna like get to doing some stuff. I mean, I guess all you wanted to know is like why I got suspended, right? That's pretty much you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I wanted you to, you know, talk about suspension because a lot of people were worried about you. I mean, Bunty, there are a lot of people who really truly cared about you, and when you get suspended, Twitter was freaking out. A lot of people were freaking out, and people are saying how a nice guy you are and how wonderful you are. It made so many people angry. So many people's feelings got hurt. Like,
Yeah,
people were like really upset over it.
Really? That's so sad. I feel terrible. I mean, I'm not coming back to Twitter because I don't think that it's a place that I want to be on because you can get shut down for sending someone hugs. I'm not going to modify like my style of speaking to something else. Like I'm not doing that because if that can get like you suspended, I don't know what is. I honestly thought it was one of my older tweets that got me suspended, where I was saying really crazy stuff back then, like really crazy, like when I was like not even the same human being. Like 2012, as far back as 2012, like I was saying crazy shit about oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? He was the Republican runner. He was a Republican candidate, 2012 election.
It was Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney. Yeah. I was talking shit about Mitt Romney. Like shit about. I don't know what the fuck the guy's platform was. I just got the idea that the media was like, oh, he wants to bring back slavery, and I was like, oh, okay. I just believed that, and he obviously didn't want to bring back slavery. He didn't want to like. I don't know why. I was joking at the time. It was a shit joke, right? But it was more about like. He was made out to be racist in a lot of the manners that he was presented. Way too old fashioned, completely ridiculous, that kind of person. But the reality is, he was just a very understanding, nice human being. Just a nice guy. He's a totally nice dude. I don't know listen, I haven't really heard of what's been happening with him since the election, but all I hear is that people say that he was a gentleman, like a gentleman. That Mitt Romney is a gentleman, So yeah. Anyway, so I was saying crazy shit about him back then. So like looking back at that stuff, I thought that was the shit that got me reported, 100%. And when I found out that it was the fucking hugs, I was like, oh, this is it. This platform is fucking. This platform's insane. Yeah, I can't do this. I appealed twice. Got an automated rejection. I said, listen, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. Like I was so stressed being on Twitter. On top of that, I was looking at all these people being so hateful to one another, and it was tripping me out because I was like trying to defend the people that they were being hateful towards, and some people, it just was really annoying. Like seeing like I just farted. Seeing like alt-right people come down on Roaming Millennial that way and just like kind of like talk about her like mixed race. That pissed me off. Honestly, it did. But I didn't voice it. I wasn't like, fuck. But I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be with these guys. Really think that that's like a cool thing to do to someone. Just don't want to be there. I didn't need to stand up for her. I messaged her and I was like, hey, listen, that person said that. How do you feel? And she was like, oh, whatever. And I was like, yeah, it's true, whatever. Like these people are just being hateful, and I can't be on this the same platform. It's just not it's not a fun place. I'd rather just be on Facebook dealing with the people that want to deal with me, Instagram dealing with people that want to deal with me, and just like ignoring the rest, blocking anyone that's going to be really, really ridiculous because it's really my personal experience. You know, it's not Twitter. It's just me on Facebook.
Yeah, I just wanted to just let you know that like so many people really did miss, like even from the feminist side, like Tim Blake missed you, and not only that, but uh, Ranting Feminist also missed you. There were like
Ranting
people from
feminist?
both.
Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet.
Hmm?
She's sweet. She's
Yeah,
really
from what I
sweet.
saw.
She's come down. She's come down on me sometimes because I feel like she maybe misunderstood something or maybe assumed that I was saying something. I could have said whatever I said better. I can always say whatever I've said better. Anytime I look back at the stuff I do and I'm like, whoa, I could have said this way better, but that kind of keeps me out of my game. So yeah. Anyway, she came down to me, but it was like I appreciated it and I talked to her and it was fine. It was nice. It was nice. Yeah, she seems really nice. I haven't really got the chance to really talk to her live, but from the interactions we've had on Twitter, she's cool. She doesn't hate me. I don't hate her, most definitely. I think that she's probably does some fun stuff, or I don't know. I really don't know her. I really don't know her. I can't despise her, so she's there, and I'm assuming that she's a good person. Same thing with Tim Blake. I mean, Tim Blake seems like he's also a pretty good guy. He just goes off the rails sometimes and says silly things to people, and he's got to stop that. He's always pokes. He pokes all the time. Why you got to poke like that? Unless someone's being crazy racist, like don't poke them. That's all I'm saying. Like if someone's like, if you're going online and you want to like entertain and like make people laugh and stop trying to expose like people that aren't really, like trying to do bad things. Like when you respond to like I don't know. I haven't seen, just when I see like, sometimes I just see him pop up in my feed and he's like, talking about someone and he's pissed off, but like should just be like, I don't know, never mind. That's it. That's all. I think that he should be a little bit chiller because he's such a nice guy. I think he's a really nice dude. He's funny too. He can make some good memes. I'm pretty sure he can make some solid memes. He's so weird. What a weird dude. I love it.
Yeah. And so many people love you. So, in a sense, it is sad that you have no intention of ever coming back to Twitter because a lot of people really do miss you. But I can understand
Well,
because
they can
you
reach me.
really could.
If you really miss me, you can reach out on Facebook. You can reach out. My name is not hidden. You can find my full name. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You could follow me on Facebook using the Bunty King profile because that's where I'm going to keep most of like the Bunty King stuff. Anything that I do, pretty much everything. Like that's where I'm going to put gaming stuff. I'm going to put like politics stuff. I'm going to put everything. Anything that I care about. And so I'm just going to do that there. And with people that want to do it. And Instagram, I'm just going to be turning it into a little bit more of a nicer page to look at, just showing bits and pieces of my life, things that I'm doing with people, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, so many people miss you, and I can't blame them for missing you. But I understand how you feel because Switzer's dying anyway. Like Sargon's gone, Bering's gone. I don't know if Bering is going to create his second one. Petty politics gone. It just seems like we're better off going to Reddit. Like I've been enjoying Reddit a lot more because I don't have to deal with the censorship and it's like the most vengeful people are there. The people who don't like you, and instead of just blocking you, they would just rather get revenge on you. They would rather be mad at you and just report you. And
Yeah,
it's
I don't
just
want to be.
not worth it.
I just don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. That's good. Everything's gone now. It doesn't matter. And so now I'm just going to build another platform where people don't need to go at each other for just going at each other. Like, you just got to be chill. I'm actually interviewing Baked Alaska tomorrow again. We're going to talk about Kilroy because Kilroy is happening.
I'm surprised you're going to be interviewing Baked Alaska. I hope everything goes well.
No, I'm just going to be talking to him. No politics. We're not going to talk about politics. We're just going to talk about Kilroy because Kilroy is a free speech convention. We just want anyone to come there that has any kind of opinion to like expose, like to not like within reason. Like obviously, if you're not fucking you want people to get hurt. If you want people to get hurt, then that's out of the fucking question. Completely out of the question. But if you want to talk, if you want to talk to people that like are or that you may not necessarily agree with, but you're willing to come there and talk and chill, cool.
I heard that Michael Rowlands was probably going over there, but I've also heard that Michael Rowlands is probably backing out. I don't know which is true. But
No,
if
Michael Rowlands should go. Should definitely go. Yeah, he should
if
definitely. Was Michael Rowlands also on this 4chan list?
I don't remember. But if Michael Rowlands go, it would be very interesting. It would be interesting to have like a feminist speaker. Like or if more feminist people, you know what? It would be interesting, like if Steve Shives were to go, but I know he would never do
Yeah,
it.
he's never gonna go. Never.
It still would be interesting if Steve Shives sort of go, or the ranting feminist, Preciosity. It would be interesting if there were, like a diversity of thoughts, like an actual diversity of thoughts where different people are willing to have their thoughts.
I think even among like people who call themselves anti-feminist, there's still a lot of diversity of thought because they don't agree with every single thing.
Yeah, but still, there would be more diversity if there was a person willing to explain their film studies. I think ContraPoints is going.
Really?
I think so. I think Based Mama said that, or I think Based Mama said she's gonna try to convince ContraPoints to go.
Because I heard that ContraPoints is gonna go to a convention in Canada with like Blair White and who else? That other person.
Well, I had to ask Based Mama. No. She said that she's gonna try to convince ContraPoints to go. That's what she said. Convince, So I guess ContraPoints isn't going after all. But it would be interesting, though. It would be interesting if ContraPoints and Michael Rowlands did go. I don't think it helps anybody when people treat us like a pariah. I just don't think it helps.
I think they should go. And so we're gonna talk about that. We're really not gonna talk about politics. Just talk about Kilroy. What we're gonna do. Thing is, I also want to get. I would love for games to be at Kilroy. It'd be incredible. But or video game topics to be at Kilroy. It'd be just beautiful. Just beautiful. Well, okay, guys. I do have to go.
All right, take care.
All right, much love. Thank you, guys. Oh yeah, sorry. What are you gonna say? You want to say something?
Thank you very much for coming, Bunty King. I'm sorry you couldn't make it last time, but I am really grateful that.
I'm actually sorry for not showing up last time. I don't exactly remember what had happened, but I needed to be somewhere else, and I was like, shit. So I should have obviously it came up that day. That's the worst part. It just came up that day.
I believe this is like the first time I talked to you person to person.
Yeah, this is. I was supposed to get you. I was supposed to get you and Claire. I wanted to get you and Claire to kind of talk about, because I know you guys had a bit of a disagreement on Twitter. Now I don't know who's quarreling with who, but I want to talk to Claire again soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Dudes, it was totally my pleasure to be here. I love talking to people, so it's cool.
And I am super grateful that you came, and I am really appreciative to have you here. I'm glad that both of you are here.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having us, or me.
Thank you for having me.
I'm also, just in case people really want to know, I'm a little stoned, just a little. All right, so that's probably why I may have been super like, whoa. I'm sorry. Take it easy. Bye.
Take care.
Bye. And Tyler, I am really grateful that you came here too. I really appreciate that you took the time out of your busy day to come. Do you have any final words, or would you like to, share a video that you're going to make? Or
My final words is that my Twitter page is at Tyler Preston 20. You can find me on YouTube with the username Tyler Preston 20. I also have a Facebook page and a Minds page that's also called Tyler Preston 20.
Do you have a new video coming up? Do you want to talk about any
No, I don't have a new video coming out soon, but if I feel like making a video, I'll just notify everybody on my pages.
Well, Tyler, I am super grateful for you coming here. It's been a pleasure having you around, and you're a fun guest, and I hope that you would come again. Should I ever do another live stream, I hope it's again in the future. It's been great having you.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Anyway, this has been Remy Kylis, and that has been Tyler, and I am so glad for all of you who came to watch. Bye bye.